Welcome back to the asteroid. Today we're going to have something a little bit different. We might shift the focus of the channel altogether. If you're new or old or whatever, my name is Jess, and this is a Fallout settlement build that I did at Starlight Drive-In, and I spent a lot of time with it. And unfortunately something happened. I don't know if it's with the load order or what happened, but something is kind of cutting through a couple of my buildings, so I do apologize that you're not going to get the full tour that I anticipated at the beginning, but I will show you what I have, and maybe you'll get some ideas. Let me know if you like it. Click like and hit subscribe, or hit that bell notification if you want some more Fallout builds. So here we go. So what we have here is the entrance to the settlement at Starlight Drive-In. I built a wall around the entire thing, but I did have them facing inwards just because for the most part you're going to be seeing it while you're inside. It's less what they would actually do and more aesthetically pleasing as to what I wanted. So the door or gate is right here. This is from Snappy House Builds, I believe. What are you doing here? What's new, maybe? Who are you? Why are you in my settlement? I've got a couple of gatehouses here. What I did was just use parts from the boat edition. It might have been in USO, the mod. And then from there, it opens up to the bridge that I've wanted to use in a settlement basically since I first saw that there was a bridge. And I don't know, I just put it over top of the water that was here. I didn't really feel like putting in like a water purifier or anything for them. They can get their water elsewhere. And I just wanted it to sort of like be the central point of the Starlight Drive-In, so it kind of takes you over the bridge, and then using the SOE, I think it's Settlement Objects Expanded, lets you add colored light that doesn't actually show anything. Like down here you don't see where the light source is, but there is a light source, you can't see it. And here on this side of the bridge and the other side of the bridge, I built two areas that would basically be where the traders would come maybe late at night, cook something together, talk, share some alcohol of some sort, bourbon, Deezer's lemonade, I don't know. So they've got a spot on this side with a campfire, and they've got a spot over on this side with a campfire as well. What's next? The big thing that I worked on first was basically making an apartment complex right against the like if you're familiar with Starlight Drive-In, you're gonna remember the gigantic screen that was there. So I was going for like a scrappy thing, and I built it up with some prefabs and added some of my own things as well, just to give it like it's a Fallout apartment complex basically. So you've got like some main floor guys along here, you've got a second floor where it's basically one big one, and like, well, it's a hallway and then it ends with a big apartment there, and then there's two larger apartments upstairs. And for the traders that don't have an apartment here or anything, my husband said that they needed a place to stay, so I built them a place to stay. So we've got the Trader Hotel, and one of the other things I did, I just slapped down posters and signs on everything, because it gave it more of a scrappy look, and I think they'd be more likely to peel posters and stuff off the walls than they are to find intact paintings. So that's what I decorated with a lot. So in here, that's where they get to stay. And then behind the drive-in screen, we've got the clinic for people that are poor, and then the bar for like old timers or people that know where the sleazy bar is. So it's just where everyone goes for the cheap booze. For the non-cheap booze, where most of the traders go, is the drive-in building itself in the center of town through there. Before we get there, though, we've got the church that I built here. I did not have a specific denomination in mind. It's just a church. It says Corvega on the end because they stole the sign, I guess. And then some random pews, some candles, and it's an open-air church so that people can just walk in or walk out as they please. And then a steeple because I guess churches need steeples. And then there's random Brahmin wandering around in your settlement. And then past that we have the hospital that I built. I figured it was either like a building that they collected all the bricks for and rebuilt, which is unlikely, but I'm going to say like built into the lore that this was a building that was here already, and because it's the sturdiest, I wanted to make it the hospital. The patients that didn't make it are over here. And then we go into the hospital, which is less like a clinic, despite the clinic signs. Less like a clinic and more an actual hospital. Like, this is the waiting room. You would go to the other clinic if, like, you broke your leg or something like that, and the doctor just gives you a stim pack and sends you on your way. This is more for, like, you've got malaria, and you don't know what you're doing. So we've got an auto doc, and this is where the doctor would sit, give you all the bad news, study your files over there, and upstairs is where they would actually stay. So we've got, like, actual hospital beds instead of gurneys and such, because that's where the patients are staying that are super sick and are not ready to face life in the Commonwealth again. And one of my favorite things, and I think my husband James says that his favorite thing as well, is the psychic reading building that I have here. So it's a piece of a boat, and I didn't know what to do with it. I had just placed all these things sort of randomly, and I didn't know what was going to go in each thing. So as I was placing them, I didn't know what I was going to do with this. And then I decided, well, you know, we've got Mama Murphy in the sanctuary. Maybe we can have a psychic out here. Maybe it's her, I don't know, her sister or her enemy. I don't know. So people that are waiting for a reading go there, and then they can come and they can get their tarot reading. And we've got the green effect here from the SOE light effects as well. And clearly the psychic does well because she has her own backyard. So from the backyard you go up to her apartment. So she's got her own apartment on top of her business, plus an outdoor backyard and her own food. So you know the psychic is doing well for herself. And then on this side it's just an alley. So that's one of my favorite buildings, just because it seemed like the perfect space to have the psychic. We've got a barber shop over here. We've got a trader here that sells armor. And then over here we've got somebody else. I'm not sure which business this person runs, but I think it's definitely a business because they also have an outdoor area and can grow their own food. So they're doing just as well as the psychic, possibly. And then with the armor here, we're going into like an alleyway. I wanted the area behind the building itself to give a sleazy alleyway sort of look. So there's some smoke coming out. And this used to be the doctor's house. But unfortunately, like I said at the beginning of the video, there were some complications. This had been removed with, I think it was called Scrap That Settlement. The mod list of everything that I used will be in the description below with links to the Bethesda.net mods. I am playing on Xbox One, so all the mods that I play with are Xbox One compatible. So unfortunately, that kind of ruined a little bit of my alleyway effect. I did have the weapons dealer there, and the way to get into the diner itself was through this little alleyway here, which was, it was kind of cute. I miss it. But you can still see the clothing dealer here where you would enter from, this was also not supposed to be there, from here. I'll do the alleyway and then I'll show you back there. So back here is, it's basically the pooping station. It's where everybody goes poop. Because I didn't want to build outhouses and toilets and everything into everybody's houses. I didn't think it was very realistic that they put in plumbing. It's more likely that after the bombs fell, they just dug a hole and started to poop in the hole. So back here, what else would you find in an alley but a drugstore? Chems, all the chems. And I don't remember what mod this is, but there's also weed plants, because why not? So he's like sleazy back alley chem dealer, is what I was going for. And this is his guard dog. I've named him Buddy. He's a good boy. Good boy, Buddy. Who's a good boy? Yeah. Anyway. And then there's an apartment up there. And we come around here. I wanted to find a use for like random parts that I found that I was like, where am I going to use this? So I used an airplane wing, which would be part of this airplane that fell. And I used it as a ramp to get up to a couple of apartments here. And then down here you've got some built in to the, those are the box cars. And then we've got a tractor trailer bed and then a boat part on the front. And then what I did was, I didn't put a real ladder up. I get, like, this is his method of getting up here, which is like where he hangs out. That's his little couch, and he can survey the rest of the settlement there. He's actually got a pretty good view. You might be a little crazy though. It seems like the kind of place a crazy guy would live. So outside of those apartments, the main general trader is here. He lives in a bus, and a bus stop is the building that I use to house that. And he's got a pretty good area here. He could grow food if he wants to, but I don't think he really needs to because he is the general trader, and everybody loves the general trader. So outside of that is just a couple apartments up there. I built this out just using some random pieces to kind of give it a little more texture. We've got some color here with the cloth up there and some outdoor tables. This is where the traders would all come. They wouldn't know about the back alley clinic or the back alley bar back there. This is where the traders would come. This is in the light of day, and you get your food here and tap the keg and do your drinking out here. Only the people that actually live here would go to the back alley bar, I think. I think that's everything. Oh, there are a couple more apartments up there as well. And because it was Starlight driving, I put some car, like they didn't know what to do with all the cars, right? Because there was a lot of cars here. So a lot of them just ended up putting them on their roofs and such. And there is lighting throughout the entire settlement. Everybody's got lights. There's not as much candle usage as some of the other things I've built. But other than that, I think it's a fairly well-established settlement. There's just lots of everything. It's like a haven for traders, basically. And then the people that live here have some pretty interesting houses as well. Oh, these are some boxcar houses as well that have a backyard behind them. What I'm going to do is set it to nighttime, get all the lights going, and I'm going to give you guys a silent tour of the entire settlement. So you can either stop watching here or keep watching for the silent tour. And let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if you like the build, if I should build more. Well, I'm probably going to anyway. It's just a matter of whether I upload them or not. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you didn't like. I did not put a lot of scrappy things in, like books and magazines scattered all over the place. I was running pretty buggy at the end, as you can tell. So in the future, when I build settlements, I might try to include some smaller things instead of just, you know, your basic bed, chair, table combination. So yeah, thank you for joining me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day or morning or weekend or weekday or whatever it happens to be for you. And join me next time when I make some more settlements. Bye for now.
I buy and sell. Just put up everything you got, and let's see if we can make a deal. Best scrap in the Commonwealth right here.
Hey, easy living. This ain't.
You hear about that farm run by ghouls? Isn't that something? Crop's been growing pretty good lately.
Hey, Scaver. Let's trade.
I buy, you sell. Just put up everything you got and let's see if we can make a deal.
If you ain't been up to see Grey Garden, you should go. The whole place is run by robots.
Best scrap in the Commonwealth, right here.
Hey, Scaver. Let's trade.